Now isn't this hypocritical? Famous jammer scam banned selling items animal jam on eBay. Hey, what's up guys? PatchTheAlpha in the house! Can you tell I've been watching a lot of Shopking videos for research purposes? Anyway, yes, today I'm finally getting around to talking about this 40-year-old virgin man-child that is just an outright tumour that keeps growing within our community. And it'll be a lie to say that I haven't had videos planned on this guy before. I mean, the amount of shit that this guy does on a regular basis, I mean, the clickbait where he just outright manipulates his fans, the situation with the inappropriate images in text where there was just not enough valid proof, so I decided to scrap my whole entire video on that. But today I'm finally getting around to making a video with some, valid evidence and showing real proof of the things that this cunt has done, so yeah. And I may or may not have a Shopking movie in the works. The current work in progress title for that is The Downfall of Shopking AJ. Let me know what you guys think. Are you hyped? But yeah, in this video I'm just going to be talking about one controversy in particular, and that is his Patreon account where he begs younger children for money. Even though he's a full-time YouTuber, earns money from that, as well as his merch store. So what I'm going to be going through today is the ways in which Shopkin sells items, which is quite hypocritical since he called out Scam AJ for doing the same thing in the video. He scams his fans, manipulates them, promotes gambling to children, and those are just a few things. So yeah, as I mentioned, I have a whole entire, sort of Shopking movie in the works, but that may take a while to produce. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna be going through this one particular controversy. Oh boy, I've been waiting to flame this 40-year-old virgin man-child for a while now. Let's just get right into it. Alright, so before I just go into it, I want to give a shout out to the first person that actually discovered this whole scandal, I know you may have already seen a couple of videos. I know some people made videos on this already, but the first person to have actually discovered this was PatchTheAlpha. I believe their actual name is Apidary. They just changed it in Discord chat that we're in. But yeah, they basically notified me of this entire situation over on Discord. So thanks so much to them. The praise goes to them for identifying this issue. Because, bear in mind, it's not just a one-side thing that can affect Shopkin. It's a major thing in the whole community, and everyone should be aware of this. So yeah, thanks Apidary. So yeah, anyway, this whole controversy started when the Shopkin posted over on his Instagram saying, "I've launched my Patreon page. It's kind of my last hope if I want to continue doing AJ videos." Which is like, what? I'm not sure if you guys know how much money YouTubers earn, but Shopkin, even though his views aren't, top notch compared to other various YouTubers, is still, making consistent videos which gather a load of views, and the ads. Oh, the fucking ads on Shopkin's video. Shopkin plasters ads in every single possible section of his video, meaning he earns more than enough revenue. So yeah, just the ads on his video alone is one source of revenue from his, channel. Another one is his merch store, which I'm not sure if I have a link to that anywhere. So yeah, he has a Redbubble merch store, and over there he puts basically a bunch of designs on any item possible to sell him. I mean, there's fucking Shopkin clocks, there's Shopkin bed sheets. Like, what the fuck sort of Shopkin items do you need at this point? Anyway, so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say here is that he has a ton of, ways he can earn revenue from. But even though, considering that, he's launched a Patreon page. Now, Patreon, I've got it all set up here, which we'll, get into in a second. But Patreon is a site where basically you ask your fans for money. I mean, the site alone was designed for like, let's say people with possible, disabilities that need sort of like healthcare or things like that, because healthcare is obviously expensive, things like that. I mean, I've seen really good uses on the site for like people's funerals, things like that, when like a family can't afford to, fulfill a family member's funeral, things like that. So they usually, make a Patreon to ask for money, from people if they can donate. So then over here, we have the Shopkin launching a Patreon page. Already, this is the first one we have here, already lying to his viewers that he's launching it because it's his last hope. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, cunt? you're choosing to do YouTube as a, you know, half-time thing. As you mentioned, you've still got a job at McDonald's. But yeah, carrying on over here, he just gives the link and he says, you can become my Patreon and support me starting at $1. Each level has different rewards. I'm embarrassed to ask for support, but I don't want to quit. You're clearly not embarrassed when you're at a point where you're asking fucking children, your child fans, your own fans, bear in mind, for money. Like, I know $1 may not seem like much to you guys, but, you know, $1 for like a kid, they can buy some candy with that, you know, they can buy something genuinely useful to their life and not a fucking donating it to Shopkin who has a full-time job, you know. This guy is just outright ridiculous. As you guys can see, some of the comments, like, there was a lot of, you know, young children being manipulated into this, genuinely worrying that their favourite YouTuber, the Shopkin, would leave, you know, that they can't fulfill doing YouTube as a full-time thing. But then we get into some actually good comments, such as this one, you know. If I was a single dad playing and making Animal Jam videos for a living to support my child, I would leave AJ in a heartbeat. Exactly. So what Shopkin tries to do is make this whole entire, you know, argument as a thing that he's not earning enough revenue from YouTube. I don't know how YouTube is, even though I don't earn any money from it. I perfectly know, you know, that not all YouTubers can fully get supported, especially edgy like YouTubers that don't fully get monetized and don't receive as many ads. But you're a family-friendly YouTuber. You plaster your fucking ads in every single possible section of a video. And I could do this thing. I was planning to include it in this video, but I may do it as like a side post sort of thing where I estimate the Shopkins revenue from both here and this merge store. But, you know, I don't want to sort of publicly reveal that information. But you guys, you know he's doing YouTube as a full-time thing. Here he sort of bullshits that he's got work at McDonald's. And, you know, fair enough. Go work at McDonald's for, you know, some more money if you want. Go get an actual fucking job, you troglodyte, and stop asking kids for money. I've never cared about being rich or famous. In fact, I'm way too shy even to want fame, but I love making videos. I love making Animal Jam videos, but it takes a lot of time. You don't have to tell us kids and teenagers how much it takes to make a fucking Animal Jam video, okay? Stop trying to use this mental affection site to try and strengthen your point. Just face the fact that what you're doing in this post is begging children for money. That's all you're doing. And even if, let's say, you don't have enough revenue to, you know, keep going with YouTube and your job, get an actual job. Like, you know, you're more than old enough, and you're like fucking 40 to be able to go out there and get an actual job, you know. It's fair enough if you like making your AJ videos, you know, even though you seem like a fake cunt in pretty much every single one of them. And it's very clear that, you know, revenue is one of the only things you're still doing YouTube for, since all of these ads that you plaster in every single video. But even if, you know, let's say you don't earn enough revenue, you know, you don't earn enough money to support your child, maybe go leave the AJ community and get a fucking job and stop asking underage kids for money. So yeah, this is sort of a starting point. This is sort of, I've seen this Instagram post, even though the Shopkin has me blocked on Instagram. But yeah, I've sort of seen this post, but, you know, reading through my Discord and things like that, I sort of noticed that this is more of a serious situation, and we'll check the actual Patreon right now. So over here, you know, once again, sort of strengthening my point by sort of manipulating his fans and sort of scaring him into thinking that he's going to leave the AJ community because he can't, you know, afford to carry on doing the videos and like things like that. He continually does these videos where he clickbaits, like for example, this one, my final Animal Jam video. He just does a bunch of clickbaity shit and nonsense like this to, you know, sort of just scare his underage audience. I mean, obviously, older people looking at this, we obviously know this is clickbait since he carried on making AJ videos right after this. But, you know, one thing the Shopkin does, and I'd say is quite good at, is manipulating his audience and, you know, sort of taking advantage of all these underage kids in both, like, ways such as, like, asking them for money, making them believe he's quitting, things like that. Now, over to the main section. The Patreon. Shopkin in the house. I love making videos for you, yada 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 yada. My hope is that this will help me pay my bills. So over here already, he's sort of, you know, pulling out the card that he doesn't have enough for, like, his house bills, electricity bills, water bills, things like that. Basically scaring his audience into, like, just, you know, telling him that he doesn't, like, he's not able to do this full time. And I mean, as I've mentioned all these revenue streams in the past, this guy is also a Jambassador, bear in mind. So as we sort of scroll through these, you know, Patreon tiers, I'll sort of explain what's wrong with this. So yeah, as we can see here, fortunately only 10 brain-dead children have so far donated this cunt money, and I'm unable to actually check on Patreon how many people support which tier. For example, there's different, like, tiers here on Patreon, different money reward tiers. And as you can see, there aren't actually any rewards for this. It's just basically one giant scam. So over here, the first tier is in the house, $1 per month. And I mean, obviously it's $1. I'm not sort of gonna dwell on these money amounts per se, but you know, just imagine that there's a lot of things that all these poor kids can get from. But bear in mind, this is a recurring membership sort of thing, so it's $1 per month, you know. I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather donate that $1 to like a cancer charity, for example, you know, mental illness charity, just any charities in general, you know. Animal centers, things like that. There's plenty of other ways which you can donate that $1, which will greatly help, you know, really good causes, and not a fucking 40-year-old mong trying to get money off his child audience. Is just so pathetic to me. View a secret list of my new videos coming and vote on my next one. Who the fuck cares? You're going to release your videos anyway, like, just because they get to see the title before this? Is this the first tier? I mean, fair enough, this is a $1 tier. They won't get into the hey buddy tier. You will be added on my buddy account, so this guy isn't even adding people that donate $5 to him every month on his main Animal Jam account, so you know, it's one thing to bear in mind. Made moderator on my channel. Now I can think of a few things I can do, being a moderator on the Shopking channel. I'm getting the wrong ideas here, but yeah, guys. I mean, this is really not safe for his channel and for his audience, because I'm not sure if you guys know, but moderators on people's channels can actually do a bunch of bad stuff. Now this makes me wonder. Guys, how about this? 100 likes on this video, yeah? 100 likes, and I will donate Shopking $5 and become a moderator on his channel and, you know, sort of fix stuff up, if you know what I mean. You get one masterpiece from Shopkin, which takes about, you know, 1 to 2 minutes to reproduce because he already has the masterpieces saved. And your name will appear on the monthly masterpiece. Wow. I guess you're going to have a lot of fun featuring 10 people on your masterpieces. I'm so glad not many more of these, you know, of his audience are donating to this scam. Now there's the promo thing, and I mean, I don't see... What's the difference between these two? You still get a masterpiece. Your name still appears on the masterpiece then. Oh wait, here it is. One promo code. So if you guys don't know how Animal Jam's rules work, Animal Jam does absolutely not allow item selling. And now I have a lot of room to talk here because that's actually what my main account got banned for, you know, item selling. It's a rule that wasn't really enforced on or wasn't really cared about back when AJ first started. But, you know, people obviously took huge advantage of this, you know, sort of selling items. And in general, it's nothing that really harms the community, honestly. Like, I've got no real problem with item selling, even though it's against the rules. But yeah, just people using them to their advantage, you know, scamming kids and sort of scamming them for real money, which is where the real issues come from. Over here, you're paying $10 every month. This is a recurring membership to receive one promo code for a den item. Now, I know people have tried to make that point that it's a code for an item, Patch. It's not an actual item you're selling. Well, no shit, but it's still a code for a fucking item in-game. What's the difference between not redeeming the item before entering it in-game and giving the item to another person? It's the same thing as selling membership codes. It's not allowed in the community, you know? When you sell somebody a membership code, you're not giving them membership directly to their account, sure, but you're giving them the membership code, you know? There's absolutely no fucking difference here. And I'm not sure if this is, like, once again, extremely vague, if they get a promo code every month. If it's, like, a recurring sort of, you know, payment where you pay Shopkin and he gives you items, I'm not sure. But yeah, even the poor innocent people that donate to him, you know, these 10 people, their accounts could be banned from this. Once again, for people that think this is okay, you know, it is a form of item selling in whichever way you may think about it. Even though it's not directly giving the item to them, it's exactly like, you know, selling membership, which is highly against the rules as well in AJ. You're still giving them a code for an item which, you know, you have not yet redeemed yet, sure, but it's an item for an online game, which is for Animal Jam. This shit is just completely wrong, and bearing in mind this guy is a Jambassador, so he works directly with AJHQ, it really surprises me that AJ has not done anything about it. And I know in my Discord, personally, a bunch of my viewers have already contacted AJHQ, because I'm not usually the sort of type of person to, you know, contact AJ to try and remove people's accounts or things like that, because honestly, that doesn't fucking matter. If someone gets their account banned permanently even, they'll just be back either way if they really want to be back to the community. Animal Jam can't really outcast somebody completely. But what I do think they certainly should do is, you know, remove this cunt from the Jambassador program, because this is just absolutely not right. And this is just one issue that I so far mentioned, which is, you know, item selling. This isn't the only thing wrong with this. As you guys can see, it very vaguely says one promo code, and I mentioned the gambling at the beginning of the video. This is gambling for children. They have absolutely no idea what item you're going to fucking give them. It may be a really good promo item for sure, you know, that they'll be really happy with, and you'll make some kids' day. Even though it's still against the rules, you know, you may give them an item that they'll enjoy. Or it may be an absolutely useless, shitty item that has been, you know, that is worth like a couple of rare item Mondays at this point, you know? This is just a form of both possible scamming as well as, you know, deceiving your audience into, you know, just gambling, because they may, you know, join your $10 tier hoping to get some really, really rare item on one hand, but on the other hand, they get absolute jack shit from you. And then we get into the more interesting tiers as well, the YouTuber tier. This is what I have the main issue with. This is the scamming part of the video. As you can see, we're just descending down these pathetic fucking tiers. I'm not sure what this guy was thinking when making these. And of course, there's no doubt about this that he will now, you know, readjust these Patreon tiers. But this video, I want to serve as a reminder that, you know, he fucked up. No matter how much he changes around the rewards of these tiers, he fucked up. He broke the AJ rules, he took advantage of his fans, and he's promoting gambling to children. Anyway, Jeez, I'm getting really riled up by this. The YouTuber tier. Links to download all of my skits and music videos. Plus, once again, the promo codes, which is, you know, selling items and gambling with children, because once again, they don't know, he once again doesn't specify what items they'll receive. So yeah, the downloading thing. Yeah, that's scamming. If you guys don't know, you can actually download people's videos for free. And of course, you know, you can't re-upload them onto YouTube because that would be, you know, just stealing somebody's content. But, you know, if you want to use them in a informative way, such as I'm doing right now, you know, I'm talking about this guy's Patreon page, I'm talking about his content, and I'm telling you guys what's wrong with this cunt. But yeah, links to download all the videos. Please, please, please do not pay $20 for that. I will show you how to do that right now. So over here, just go on YouTube. Apologies for my, you know, sort of recommendation tab. Jesus, what is this? I survived the Holocaust twin experiments. That's interesting. I might watch that later. Not as interesting as, is it possible to beat Plants vs. Zombies without sunflowers? That's mad. Also, what is this mole rat doing on my recommendations? What is this? Shopking? Confirmed? Anyway, over here, I'm just going to go on Shopking's channel. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to show you, you know, how to save $20 from your bank account and how, you know, not to waste money. Shut up. God, I fucking hate his intros. Anyway, so you go onto a random assortment of Shopkins videos, you know, for example, this one where he clickbaits to his audience that he's quitting. So you just click on the video. Of course, there's ads, you know. Bear in mind, Shopkins crying to his audience how he can't afford to pay his bills and is earning a ton of revenue from YouTube, things like that, as I've already mentioned. Anyway, so over here, this sort of link up here, this URL address, you just copy and paste that. It should be in a little search tab, and you've got to be on a specific video to be able to do this. Then you open a program called VLC Media Player, and this is of course a free and very safe to use program that everybody uses. You open up Media here, and then you go on to Open Network Stream, paste the URL of the video into the Network tab, click play. Once again, the cancerous fucking intro. Jesus Christ, rip my ears. Anyway, you go into Tools, then you go into Codec Information, and then you paste this long link over here. It should be a really long one. You just make sure to highlight all of it, click Copy, and then what you do is just go into a completely new tab. You know, it works with pretty much any browser, I believe. Then you just paste the long link that you copied from VLC Media Player onto here, and there you go, guys. Here's how to save $20, and here's how Shopkin is scamming his fans into believing that only by directly downloading the videos from him, you know, free content, bear in mind this is free accessible content on YouTube, you know. He makes his fans believe that this is the only way they can, you know, reach and download his videos. And from here, you can just, you know, save video as. So you're welcome.